In the end, there was only two. Me and Thomas, just like Vicki and Tamra. We're talking about it all. It's the Real Housewives of Orange County After Show Reunion Special Part 2 starting now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Just the two of us.
It is.
Me and Thomas. Welcome to your Monday night Real Housewives of Orange County After Show Reunion Special Part 2. It's over. It's ending
over.
tonight. It's
I
just
can't
me and
believe
you,
it.
boo. You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian Castillo here. And I'm very excited. It's our last show. It's the Reunion Special Part 2.
I know. I'm very sad that it's all over. Hey guys, I'm Thomas Orlina. Please follow me everywhere at Thomas Orlina and check out my YouTube show. I take you throughout Los Angeles. We visit some of the most fun places. And follow me at Thomas Orlina and check out the show. It's called Your Time with Thomas.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. I'm wearing my Your Time with Thomas merch shirt.
There you go. You guys, it's over. We're here. Season 2. Reunion Special Part 2. And boy, they did deliver.
They did.
They delivered. We have been waiting all season long for this reunion because they did not deliver during the season. But we'll get into all that. We're just super excited to be here. Let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
Let's jump right in. Reunion 2, Part 2 special just starts with Shannon right off the bat. And of course, they had to throw in the quiet woman montage.
I'm so glad. I know they're not. And I'm so glad that everybody addressed how Shannon's behavior was this year. It's kind of like the elephant in the room, pretty much. And, she explained her side of the story. And now we know that it was because she was going through what she was going through and she was taking it out on these women. But yeah, she didn't have a good season.
No. And these women were almost like mirrors to Shannon. And it all came out in the reunion. She couldn't do anything but just face it. Face the truth of it. All came out. She was lashing out because she was really unhappy with her marriage with David, but now they're finally getting divorced. It seems like this is a positive step. Everyone is very, very affected by this. Vicki was crying. Kelly was upset. Oh, let's just get right into it.
We'll get there.
Shannon said, basically I was lashing out because, I'm just very reactive. Reactive was the key word.
She was reactive. I think, looking back on it now, seeing how many times she had like meltdowns, I'm sure she's going to definitely come back next season with a whole fresh vibe. I think viewers are ready to go back and see how Shannon was previously. So it's going to be exciting to see where she ends up.
Absolutely, especially just watching the entire thing and knowing how it ends. There's so much hope. We're so happy right now. Like,
I know.
Me and Thomas were tweeting about it and we were watching it together and we are just super excited that everyone is back together. Everything is kosher.
I think I was as excited as Andy was on that sofa, on that seat.
Andy's facial expressions were giving me life. There was a couple GIFs I've already seen on the internet about it. So we move right over to Megan. Of course, she came in very hard during the reunion because she didn't give us much to work with during the season. So she came in hard, ready to play, ready to call everybody out. She went after Lydia.
Do you think that it's too late for her in the game? Because I saw a lot of people's tweets saying that she was going hard at the reunion to kind of like make herself relevant. This is stuff I'm seeing online. Do you feel that way?
Absolutely. She didn't give us much, so she knew she had to go home. Go home or go hard.
She had to go home.
She was like, I'm not going home. I'm not going home. I'm going hard.
Yeah.
So it went really well. She revealed that she was pregnant with her second child.
I know, that's amazing.
She's playing the game right. There's a game, there's a strategy. We've all talked about it. And even though she did not deliver during the season, she delivered at the reunion and she made sure, I'm getting that orange back. I'm getting that orange back next season. She should really thank baby Aspen.
Right?
Because she gave her so much relevancy this season.
She did.
So she definitely announced to the entire panel that she was pregnant.
That's so exciting that she's having a boy.
Yeah. I want to
Good
know
for
how
her.
Jim feels about this.
I think he's over the moon. I think he's excited to have a baby Jim.
I think so. Baby boy does sound good, but I need to be there because, you hear it all in Jim's voice. You hear it all in what he says, what he doesn't say.
You know what I was thinking right now after watching since we're not going to get a third part for the reunion? We didn't get to hear from the men.
That's true.
Right?
It was a pretty short reunion.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get a little bit more, especially since we've been waiting all season to like really get the juice. And the juice finally came, but it was at the very end. But, you know, it just happens. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't bring them in.
Yeah.
Maybe Andy was like, you know what?
Let's cut it out.
People just want to focus on these 3 relationships, these 3 women. They're going to get back together. By the time everyone comes back full circle, no one's going to care about the men.
It was a full circle moment, definitely.
Full circle moment. And we move right over to Kelly, you know, and Kelly is the kind of person, if you come after her, she's going to come after you. And if she apologizes, she's going to really mean it. But if you keep rehashing, she's going to get annoyed with you.
Yeah.
She had apologized to Peggy, and it was all brought back up again. You know, someone asked her, I think it was Lydia. They're like, you realize how ugly you can be? And Kelly's like, yes, I do. I realize how ugly I can be. Meaning, like, yes, I know I attacked her, but I said, I'm sorry, let's move on. You know what I mean? She's brought it up with Megan, the same thing. She said, me and you squashed it, and you still had to bring it up. Yeah. But that's just the fashion of this show. They have to rehash. They have to bring it up. This is what the show's about. Fighting and bringing up old stuff.
And making up.
And
starting all over again.
Starting all over again. Tit for tat. That's what the show should be called. Tit for tat.
We have the live chat open. Let's see. Sarah says, Megan was grasping at straws. Her only storyline was a baby and candles. Yawn.
Yeah. She was reaching hard, but she reached.
Yeah, it was almost like
she was reaching, but she reached the shelf. You know, like when you're dying to get there and you never get there? She actually got there because she was like, I'm here. All right. I'm pregnant, everyone. And everyone's like, what? Really? Oh, great. Now we have to bring you back.
Do you think having another child is going to automatically bring Megan back, though?
I think it is going to help her. I'm not sure if she did enough to come back. I personally don't think she brings enough to the show to bring her back. That's just my personal opinion. What do you guys think? I mean, it's pretty obvious. People have been tweeting and talking about how they don't think Megan is going to come back.
They don't think she's going to come back?
No.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, they're all taking to Twitter. Kelly has taken to Twitter, and she has been going after everybody. You know, even though she apologized and everything was settled, you know, when the women don't settle with the dust, Kelly just comes right back for it. So she took to Twitter, and even Andy was trying to clear it up, you know? He was like, do you see how it looks, though? You know? Yeah. And Kelly's like, yes, I see how it looks.
I don't think Kelly really cares too much. She is one of those girls that just, she feels how she feels. She's going to say what she wants to say, and you either like it or you don't like it. Like, that's what we're accustomed to at this point.
Yeah. Charlie and even Kelly called Megan boring. Yeah, she's boring. She's boring. She really had like a moment with Aspen, and that's about it. But they just didn't give us enough of that either. Like, really thinking about it, even though Baby Aspen was like the only thing she had going, she really didn't give us that much either. Like, what she did give us was nannies, talks about the nannies, one scene with Jim, and then one scene at the end of the episode, at the end of the season with Jim, and he just says, stay tuned. And that didn't sound really enthusiastic. Like, my boyfriend saw it, and he was like, he doesn't seem like he wants to have another kid. And I'm like, you don't even know. Jim is always like that. He's very unenthusiastic when it comes to Megan.
I did watch an interview on YouTube that Heather did recently saying you never know if she's going to come back. And I actually wouldn't mind her coming back. I think she kind of left in a weird spot.
Yeah.
I think there's still some things that she could do or say.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We didn't even get to see, she made such a big fluff about her big house with the tree in it and all this stuff. Like, she just like left when, you know, it was just getting good for her, actually.
Everyone knows I've never been like a huge Heather fan, but I thought her leaving was very abrupt.
It was abrupt.
And I wanted to see her house, even though like I'm not crazy about her and she's super pretentious and she's like, yeah, I'm going to live in a $50 million house. However, actually, we don't even know how much it costs because she refuses to say how much she paid for it. But regardless, at this point, the OC needs another shakeup. So Heather, come on back. I want to know what you think about this trio getting back together, making it all kosher. And then we move on to Iceland.
Yes.
And it all comes out. Adderall and Xanax. Are you kidding me? No wonder you went to the hospital. You were high. You were coming down. You were tripping off the fact that you were relaxed on the Xanax and being kicked up by the Adderall. What a crazy combination.
I know. It all makes sense now.
It all makes sense. The truth will set you free.
I think I'm always going to love when Vicki had the freaking blanket over her head. I think that is like the best
one of the
thing
best
we've ever
moments
seen.
ever on the OC, especially this season.
Yeah, that was so... We were dying.
Dying. We rewounded it like 5 times. Even tonight when she came out again, even Tamra was like, I love this. This is so funny. Like, what would possess you? And then, like, we got the story that Peggy was throwing water on her and her hair was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I would have loved to see that.
Right?
We've seen you swollen and all red and all drunk on 50 shots. Like, there's nothing we haven't seen, baby. We could have seen it. But thank you for giving us that blanket moment because it was freaking hilarious.
That was life.
Dr. Feelgood giving everybody Xanax and Adderall. Oh, my God. And then we move on to Peggy. And Peggy's trying to explain herself. She's trying to clear up what's been going on. Let me just say this. Thank God for Lydia.
Right? Lydia was her sounding board tonight.
I didn't even know that Lydia spoke Peggy.
I know, right?
Lydia totally spoke Peggy. She completely translated for all of us.
I felt so bad tonight for Peggy, though. Did you?
Well, I felt bad for her during, like, what was happening, but then she didn't talk for the rest of the season. She didn't talk for the rest of the special.
I just think, unfortunately for her, it's just it was such a bad time to come on a reality show. If you weren't going to be open about how you really felt, then it wasn't going to come across to the viewers. And if you're going to come on a reality show, you need to be able to express what you're going through. And I think she, now looking back on it, it's like, I'm sure she wants to do it all over again and do it in a better...
Well, she said it was like weeks after her surgery, weeks after her father died.
Like
she was
4 weeks
confused
after
on medication. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's the reunion of excuses. Everyone has given us some sort of justification for their behavior. I don't want to say excuse because she went through a lot of bad things, but I'm saying in general, this season has came down to the reunion and everyone justifying all of their behaviors, like all of them. Like all of them went down by, like literally down by the couch, like in a row, explaining to the audience like why they acted the way they acted. Mm-hmm. Everyone came from a place of hurt.
Everyone was bruised and hurt this season.
We cleared that up. Andy cleared that up. Andy was like, all right, clearly everyone's coming from a place of hurt. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for clearing that up. Thank you to Lydia for clearing that up. Other than that, we didn't hear much else from Lydia.
Yeah, there was nothing that they really covered. I don't even think, because they had to cover so much with Vicki and the women and New Zealand and all this, and if they were only going to do 2, I mean, I don't even really think they did a package for her that I remember. Like that was like fully fledged out.
Well, I'm sure everyone got a package in the first episode.
But
reunion.
It was quick.
It was really quick.
But she did, you know what? As much as people didn't really appreciate, or it's the chat room is going half and half with Lydia, but I think the reason why they brought on Lydia was to do what she did for this season and was to bring the women together and to try to, you know, kind of get all the women together, and she did that. So she did what she was asked to do, I feel.
Yeah, and Charlie in Charge from the live chat says that Heather demanded that Bravo fire Kelly, and I do agree with that, and Bravo wasn't going to do it. They're like, are you kidding me? We need someone like this. We need you to lower the walls, Heather. Stop being so pretentious. Why don't you let go a little bit and get a little bit ugly instead of trying to, like, catch people and try to get them drunk off your little fireball little case.
Your little Chanel
fireball case, might I add.
Yes.
Whatever. You know what, Heather, come back. You know what? She can play with the big girls. That's the only thing I do like about Heather. So come back and play with us. Come to AfterBuzz. Let us know. So no one could really get a word in because Vicki, Tamra, and Shannon were taking up most of the episode, which granted we liked because we've literally been waiting for this all season long. Mm-hmm. But then Vicki and Tamra were just getting into a circle again that was going to be never ending. I'm like, why are you guys fighting about this? They're bringing up homophobic stuff. Vicki again is doing the whole thing where she's like, well, if Eddie is gay, and then Andy finally had to be like, dude, do you realize when you say if he's gay, or I don't care that if he's gay, or I'm not sure, or I'm not saying that he is. Every time you say something like that, it makes the hole deeper. Do you see how this is affecting her? And finally, Vicki was like, yes, I do see it. But then they got into another vicious circle, and they were going back and forth.
It was going back and forth, back and forth.
Finally, Tamra was like, nothing looks good on you.
That struck a chord with Vicki.
It did. She left. She left the whole set.
I think that, too, struck a chord with Tamra too when she left, because she sat there and Vicki wasn't there anymore. She's like, wow, that was really bad. And I think that's what kind of choked her up, because she's the one that allowed this, you know, joining of all the women together. She was the one, because she put her guard down because she felt like she hurt Vicki. So
isn't that interesting how that happens?
it always happens that way. We've seen this
it
so many
happens
times.
all the time. We do it to the people we love. It's not just on the Housewives. We do it in real life. Notice how instantly when we make someone else feel bad, the instant we hurt someone else, we feel better.
Yeah.
Instantly when she was like, nothing looks good on you, and everybody was like, woo, that was good, and Vicki left.
And then Tamra starts having the waterworks.
Maybe that was too much. But I got her, so it's fine. Now I can lower the walls. Like, everyone does this.
Right? It's crazy.
It's
but Tamra
human
does
nature.
it. Tamra does it very obviously.
And Vicki, like, she was like, look, I'm really feeling myself in this dress. So the fact that you said that, I'm really upset about this. She's like, I'm not going back out there. And so Lydia, of course, the voice of reason, you know, maybe Lydia does have a purpose.
She does have a purpose on the show. I just don't think that she had like a major personal storyline, you know?
Yeah. Like
aside from her magazine and her husband's situation, there wasn't really much. We didn't really get to know
maybe
Lydia.
like a small purpose. Small purpose.
We didn't get to really know Lydia too much this season. I don't think she really opened up, you know?
I mean, I feel like she was in everyone else's business and she was trying to
She's
rectify
kind of
any
like a
little thing that
charade, but
happened.
not like, you know how charade is in everybody's business this
Yeah, but
season?
charade goes for it all
And
the
she has a
way.
storyline, so I guess Lydia needed to be there. I don't know.
I need to see some problems between Lydia and her husband. I need to see Lydia really defending her views.
I really
owning it.
What I do have to say about Lydia, though, is that she redeemed herself from the last time she was on this show. So if we're comparing her from when she first came on the show to now, we've seen vast improvement. So I give you props, girl, for
she came on
hanging
ready
in
to
there.
fight.
She
and
did.
that's good.
Yeah.
Because this show, that's what this is about. This show is about relationships. This show is about showcasing women and their careers, their relationships, their friendships, and what they go through. And, you know, sometimes we kind of move away from that and we get lost. But
I have a
sometimes
question
we're
for you.
now we're found. We're
I have
out
a
of the
question.
dark.
I have a question that Charlie in Charge brought up. So Charlie in Charge does not believe that Tamra sincerely wants to be friends with Vicki. It's all to keep the show going.
Yeah, well, part of me felt that. Part of me felt that while I was watching the show. Part of me, especially when she was like, we're good together. We're good together. Like, yeah, you've known that you're good together, so why'd you have to drag it out all season? So the fact that she strategically is making it better on the very, very last opportunity that she has on camera, it makes us feel that way, Charlie in Charge. That's why you feel that way. I felt it too. But you know what? We have to get what we can take.
Right. Now we have to wait a few more months to see what is going to happen.
We just have to take it. This is what they're giving us. Like, we've been waiting for this, and they just gave us a couple crumbs. So we might as well eat because we're starving. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it was staged or what. I'm just glad they're back together.
Me too.
When all three of them stood up and they were hugging, after the awkward exchanges and the awkward silences and the close-up, and the close-ups were not good.
No, not good.
No, between the lighting and the HD, I could see all of Shannon's facial hair. This is not good. People are going to bring that up. You know how people are evil on Twitter. Kelly might bring this up later when she watches the show. I'm just happy that everyone's back together and everyone's all kosher. But Andy really had to dive in deep. I think Andy should get some credit because I think the way he worded it to Vicki made her realize, like, you need to stop with all of this. Like, if he's gay and I didn't spread the rumors, it doesn't matter. You have hurt her. You have hurt her family. How about an apology for Eddie as well? And she's like, yeah, I wanted to go to tea with Eddie.
Tea. I love the tea.
I don't like how Megan insulted Lydia's religious beliefs. So wrong, so rude. She didn't say anything that wasn't true, though. She didn't say anything that wasn't true. She was uncomfortable, and Megan brought that up, you know?
I think Megan was really reaching at times in this reunion.
She was reaching, but you know what, though? I don't like the stuff that Lydia insinuated with the Bible and the drag queen stuff. Like, I just don't like that stuff. As a gay man, I'm offended by it. And I'm sure there's been times in the franchises where all the women have said something that's inappropriate, and Andy has had to check them. You know what I mean? Even when Vicki's like, I like you. I like you, so you like me. What does that mean? What does that mean? Do I represent the messiah of all gay people? Like, you guys need to stop with the they and those and you guys. No. How about we're all just people? I brought this up on Atlanta last night.
Right.
Mimi had a girls and gays party.
Mm-hmm. That was a good episode, by the way.
It was a great episode. But the labeling, it's got to kind of stop. And when Lydia was like, I don't think drag queen should be in the Bible, like,
yeah.
You're reaching a territory where you're not really secure.
Yeah.
And if you're going to really own it, like, own it and be like, that's what I believe. So, that's what I believe. I believe that you guys need to get over it. Those are my beliefs. But she's wishy-washy. She's like, well, I was just uncomfortable because of this, and I was dressed like Charlie Chaplin, and I don't really know. All I know is that she wasn't really full strong for me. She didn't hold her own. You know what I mean? At least Kelly will hold it in and hold it down and be like, this is how I feel, even though I'm wrong and everyone thinks I'm wrong.
She doesn't have that type of personality. I know what you're trying to go for, and I know that you want her to be like that, but she's just not like that.
Lydia?
Yeah.
Well, she's like that in other aspects.
I know.
She can come after Shannon.
Sensitive. Yeah, that's very true.
She can come after Shannon. She can really go for it. She can call people out. She can translate for Peggy, but she can't really stand with the beliefs and like give us a clear-cut vision, even if we don't like it. Mm-hmm. At least it's your vision. It's your beliefs.
You know when Tamra called her out on the whole TMZ thing and how Vicki was planning articles, she didn't even say that she didn't. So it kind of like, it looked to me like she was just like completely taking responsibility for everything she's done.
Even though she was taking responsibility for it silently.
Right? I mean, like, I'm like, wait, you're not going to say you didn't do that? So wait, you did do that? You know,
I'm telling you, Andy really, really made the mountains open. He was like, Vicki, what don't you see? Like, you went on TMZ, you went on all the articles, like, you need to just realize you've hurt her. Mm-hmm. And then finally, when she came back, Tamra was like, can you just apologize, Vicki? Can you just apologize and mean it? And Vicki's like, I apologize. I'll put on lipstick.
And I love the whole inviting Vicki over to the other side of the sofa.
I mean, little things like that. I loved when she's like, come over here. It's been too long. Like, that felt real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it was strategic. Maybe she was like, we have to make up now. But when they do make up, it's real and it's good. And it's you could feel it. Yeah. I felt it through the television.
Yeah. And I like how on this reunion, they show, like, even when they're off the sofa, we get to see them in the hallway.
So I mean,
even though the cameras are still there, it just kind of shows, like, a less pressured environment. So we get to actually see these women, you know.
And to me, it looked like season 13 was going to start filming right there and then.
It should. It should before they start tweeting and
real.
Instagramming and posting Snapchats.
Even Shannon was like, can we just go somewhere and get shots, like, right now? Let's just leave.
The next season is going to probably be, like, one of the best seasons. I mean, this season, hey, we take what we got, you know? I mean, it wasn't the best. We had a lot of people saying that there wasn't very much to, you know, fluctuate with the storylines and things like that. But I do think that we have a great season coming next season. What are we saying?
These guys in the live chat,
they're going at it.
I know. You guys are ridiculous. But I love you guys. Keep it going.
Yes.
Thank you for watching with us. We really, really appreciate it. We love you guys. All season long, you have given us your time by spending time with us and watching with us and giving us your commentary. We love it. We really love it. We really appreciate all of you guys, especially in the live chat, giving us life during the moments that we're here. You know what I mean? Because we could be here discussing something and we might slip something. We might forget something. We might have missed something. And sometimes you guys bring up something and we're like, oh my God, that's so true. Thank you. You're right. So yeah, it became kosher towards the end. It left Peggy with nothing else. It left Lydia with nothing else.
Did we care about the clip, the lip clip? Did we care about that?
I mean, I don't think anybody cared about it during the reunion. Megan was like, it's bad that you clipped my lips. And she was like, your lips needed to be clipped.
Clip.
Clip. Clip. Clip. Like,
yeah. No Cancergate. I agree with you, Ginger. Please, no Cancergate next season.
Yeah, no Cancergate. I don't want to hear the word Munchausen ever again. I don't want to hear the word Brooks. I don't want to hear the word cancer. Like, I don't even want to hear the word casserole. You know what I want to hear? I want to hear shots. I want to hear Andales. I want to hear Whoop It Up. I want to hear Vacation.
Just imagine the four of them. That's like the 4 team next year. It's going to be Vicki, Tamra, Shannon, and Kelly. It's going to be the 4 of them that are going to have like this girls' crazy time together, you know? It seems like Vicki's boyfriend, or maybe Vicki might even get engaged. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot that could be for next season.
Well, it ends with the classic taking of the shots, and they all come together. So
Was it
before we
vodka?
really wrap it up, let's get into some predictions, because
Okay.
I feel like you were going right onto that path.
Prediction time.
We need to predict what is going to happen for season 13. Thomas, predictions.
I'm predicting the season's gonna open up with Shannon. I think people are gonna be interested to see how she's gonna, portray herself or what she's gonna be going through. So I think we're gonna get to, see her in her new business, her new restaurant. I think it sounds like from what Tamra said, they're still gonna have a restaurant. So seeing her businesses, maybe Kelly finds a new man. Maybe next season there'll be a new man already. I mean, just because they're done filming doesn't mean that's over. I mean.
Yeah.
This could be an opportunity for Kelly to really find somebody out there for herself, somebody more fit for her. So maybe Kelly having a relationship. I'm only going to do the 4 because I don't know about the other women. Vicki, I hope that Vicki, gets engaged. I think that's something that she's already been putting out there. Only takes a year to get engaged, right?
Right.
In
She's
these
like,
reality
yeah,
shows.
Hopefully we'll be engaged. I would really like to marry him.
Wink, wink.
Hint, 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 hint.
So maybe her being engaged, and then last but not least, I would hope that Tamra and her daughter somehow figure it out. I mean,
Ooh, that's
the Facebook
tough.
post was really the moment where we really got to see Sydney just like address things. I mean, she's putting it out on a platform for millions of people to critique her now. So she's now put herself out there. So hopefully by her putting herself out there, and you never know, maybe hopefully that could be, and she
You're reaching,
graduated.
Thomas.
She graduated, right? So what do you guys go through that transition after
Thomas
you
is
graduate?
reaching like Megan. No, I mean, I agree.
Who knows?
I agree with mostly
We got
all
the
of
4.
that.
Those are my 4.
I don't know about Sydney coming on and getting a peach, though.
No, she's not gonna be on the show. But hopefully they'll be in a better place than they were this season. What's your predictions?
My predictions are that Kelly will find, like Stella got her groove back. She's going to show us a good little single time. I think her and Shannon are going to have a good moment, a good season. I think Shannon is going to come back with a revenge body, a revenge storyline. I mean, that's the only other alternative. Like, when you are down in the dust and you're down on the floor, like, you pick yourself up and you get back up on the train or the horse, whatever you want to call it. I'm over here, Peggy, just throwing out bad bad terms that don't even make sense. Like, you get back on the train, you get back on the horse, whatever you want to call it. So that's why when we say Shannon's going to have a revenge body, she's going to have a revenge story, there's only that alternative. Like, what are you going to do? We don't want to see these women fail, so there's no other alternative. We might talk a lot of crap, but we do not want them to fail. We're not haters, and we want the best for them. So we hope that Shannon does get a revenge body, a revenge everything. Mm-hmm. Hey, even get a job at Coda Insurance.
Right?
That was amazing.
And I love
Vicki-
how she was part of, like, she was getting the vibe of the humor and
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. Because Vicki was like, "Oh, well, we can get a job at Coda. We're hiring." And it could have been easily just been like, "Oh God, here's Vicki reaching."
Yeah.
Because Vicki does that. Even when it's good or bad, she just keeps going. Even when it's good, she just has to like reach to that other side that's like, too much, Vicki, too much. Mm-hmm. But I'm very glad that they made up. So it will make for a better season. My other prediction is that someone will come back. And I don't think it just would be Heather. I think Gretchen Rossi has a very high chance of coming back. Only because, even though she wasn't on this season, she made a point to really talk about every single person on the show. She tried to insert herself in everyone's business from Twitter. She was even here, a guest at AfterBuzz, and she was talking about Tamra and Eddie and really involving herself. She made a cameo on the episode this season. I really do feel that Gretchen has a very strong chance of coming back. I know not a lot of people are crazy about her, but that even makes it better. The love, the hate, all of that helps somebody.
It's a recipe.
It helps.
It's the Real Housewives recipe.
So keep on hating, keep on loving. You never know what you're going to get out of it. Heather might come back, Gretchen might come back. You never know with these ladies. Mm-hmm. But I'm very excited. Let's get into some news and gossip.
All right. What do you have for us?
News and gossip. I have a little.
What kind of tea do you have for us this
I have a little
evening?
tea about Kelly already going out and living the single life. Going out.
Yes. At the Quiet Woman.
She ran into David Foster
Oh my gosh.
at the valet of some fancy hotel restaurant. Kelly was drunk and was trying to get into David Foster's car, and David told her to get out.
Oh no.
He's like, no,
Not
get
David
out of my
Foster.
car. You're drunk. And she was like, what? I'm just playing around with you.
What did it say? What restaurant?
It did. They probably did. I'm just not recalling it right
Okay.
now. But it's been all over the blogs that David Foster
Wow.
kicked Kelly Dodd out of his car at the valet of some fancy hotel/restaurant.
No. Funny that we're talking about David Foster because I've been watching, like, preparing myself for Beverly Hills since we're transitioning here. This is a transition from the city to Beverly Hills, and just watching a lot of Yolanda clips when Yolanda was like really on top on the show.
I miss Yolanda.
I do. I miss her, but she had some really great moments. So that's so ironic that David Foster would run into her.
Yeah.
That's wild. He doesn't strike me as somebody that would want to vibe with her for some reason.
Definitely not, but
No.
he does strike me as other things. Oh, yeah. Well, I heard he's engaged to Catherine McPhee.
Is he?
Or
Okay.
dating or something
I'm
like
gonna have
that.
to Google that after
Yes,
this show.
Google that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday night. The Real Housewives of Orange County, they did not disappoint. Not until the reunion, at least. They gave it to us. They finally gave to us what we've been asking for all season long. So hopefully Tamra and Vicki will come back and give us some good drama. You can find me on all social media platforms at Hollywood Lian. Lian Castillo reporting here for AfterBuzz TV. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thomas, what do you want to promote, babe?
Hey guys, I'm Thomas Orlina. Now that we're done with the Real Housewives of Orange County, please check out my YouTube show. It's called Your Time with Thomas. I'm wearing my Your Time with Thomas t-shirt. I take you out through Los Angeles. I even go to Vegas. We party. We do all kinds of things. So make sure to check it out. It's called Your Time with Thomas on YouTube, and follow me everywhere at Thomas Orlina.
Yes, guys. One more thing. I have a movie coming out next month called Las Marias. It's going to premiere everywhere, exclusively on Funny or Die. So I will be posting a link to that on my Twitter. So follow me at Hollywood Lian. And check me out on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. AfterBuzz TV. We're doing the Real Housewives of Atlanta panel. It's getting good. Kim and Nene are fighting. You might want to check that out. Anything else, Thomas?
I think we're good.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you,
We'll see
guys.
you guys.
Follow us online.
Thank you so much for joining us. See you later. Bye, AfterBuzz.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.